Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Sheffield United Way. And in today's match preview, you will get Burnley and Sheffield United team news ahead of Easter Monday's 8 p.m. kickoff at Turf Moor, as well as last time out, player connections, and wait until the end for all our score predictions. I hope everyone's doing fantastically out there. I'm going to bring Hal in now. How you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream.
You did, and everything. That wasn't like, a lie. You look fantastic. I love your top.
Thank you very much, mate. Now I've got a few things to say about this because I haven't bought anything from the Sheffield United shop other than the shirts this season. And I absolutely love this kind of design. Do you know the patterns and the shapes and stuff like that?
Really, it brings out your eyes.
Thank you.
Better.
It actually does. It actually does. Yeah. I can't see anything without them, so I better not do that. No contacts in today. However, this one fits me perfectly. All great. This itches me no end, so I'm going to have to find a way to sort that out.
And what people don't know is you've got very high nipples, so that's directly over the nipple.
It's not, but it could be. It could be. I could have gone along with that one.
And that's the point.
Yeah,
is that
exactly.
The point?
That I'm sure it's a point, but right. I don't think it's the point. The other thing that I bought was the really nice kind of, not polo shirt, but Joe with the collar, the red one, again with this stuff at the top. Beautiful. It's literally my favorite thing that they've done for a while in the kind of kind of training stuff. All right. Training stuff. I like all the shirts. However, it's the exact same size as this one, which is a perfect fit for me. It's like a medium. Ooh. It's like a schmedium, actually. It's like a schmedium.
Consistent sizes.
Not good enough. Not good enough, Hal. Not good enough. And when we start making our own apparel, top notch.
How many years have we been talking about that?
Yeah, for many. And another YouTube channel's beat us to that as well, after only being in the game for about 3 minutes. So
I did see that.
Yeah.
And good luck to him. That's what I say.
Oh, we love the man. We love the man. So it's been a hell of a long time since we've done one of these together, it seems.
Yes, out of sight, out of mind of me, isn't it, with you? No, you never have anything to do with me. Like, Ollie can do that one.
We chat all the time. I chat to you more than I chat to my missus, so don't give me none of that.
I chat to your missus more than I chat to you.
Wow, I chat to... Oh, wait. No, I'm going to make the same joke, but I didn't realize that you made that joke at that time. Yeah, my brain was just calculating it. Anyway, let's talk about the last game. Let's get live and kicking. So I'll leave you on screen. The last game for me was a bit of a frustrating one. We won the game 1-0 against Wigan. Absolutely fine with that. I actually predicted that, but I thought it would go in a slightly different way. I thought we'd score a goal in the first half, as we did, but I thought it would be a really cagey game with Wigan just not getting out of their own half, which they did. They did do that. However, we had so many opportunities to score. We missed a load of chances. Their keeper made a few very, very good saves. And yeah, we would have liked to have seen us come out of that first half 4 or 5-0. And we were good for it. We really, really were. However, it wasn't. It was 1-0 at half time. And then we kind of just saw the game out in the second half. Billy had a really, really good chance put over the bar. I don't think it was a game for Billy. I think a lot of what we did well, he wasn't really involved in. And then when he got the chances, he didn't put them away. And he's going to be as annoyed as anyone about not putting those chances away.
And I said that on the match reaction. First half was a save, the one that went over.
Should have scored it, though.
Oh, absolutely. And actually, the more I've seen it, the worse a miss it actually is. And I've got to be honest, at the time, I thought it was a great save.
Yeah, you've got to say that both shots, that the header in the second half, early in the second half, and the shot in the first half were both excellent saves, but he shouldn't have let him have a chance of saving it. Yeah. And Billy Sharp will know deep down, and I think he knows, I think he outwardly showed that he knew he should have put both those away.
I completely agree. And actually, it felt like the first half was the second half because we were shooting towards the cup in the first half.
That's why we were so good. That's why we were so good in the first half. We were using our second half kind of dominance in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Yeah. I want to ask you a question. When we brought on Ollie Norwood. Did you think that was kind of? Do you think we regained all the control when he came back on?
I liked the substitution. I mean, when you're trying to go for a second, maybe it doesn't make sense, but
well, clearly for a second,
no, he's the conductor. He controls things. He can find the pass that will set up the player that's got that attacking intent. So I think it made sense. And also McAtee, when he tires, and he stops offering as much. So it made sense.
Yeah, he gets the ball in good positions, McAtee, when he's tired. And it's just a bit of a lazy pass. There was one that I remember in the second half where he was going through. Illy was kind of running alongside him, and he just played it miles in front of him. And that just showed.
A question for Good Nick. Next season, if we go up, do you think we could get Doyle and McAtee with one on loan and sign the other? And if so, which do you sign? Which do you loan?
There's absolutely no chance of us signing McAtee on a permanent. That's what I think. I think Doyle, big chance of signing permanent because I don't think he's a Man City player. I think he's a Premier League player, but I don't think he's a Man City player. McAtee, there's a possibility of getting back on loan as we did Dean Henderson from Manchester United, where we got promoted in the Championship and then had him back on loan in the Premier League because it's that progression, isn't it? And I could see that happening, absolutely. I'd love to see us sign Doyle, though. Love to see us sign him. And if McAtee comes back on loan, that is just a fantastic bit of business.
Yeah, I completely agree. If I could actually only have one, it's Doyle.
Yeah, agree. I think that McAtee hopefully will go on to have a fantastic career, but you never know with players like them. They could end up falling down into the Championship and having a steady career, or he could be a world beater. It's just, I don't think there's anywhere in between.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. There we go.
That's rare, isn't it?
Yeah. Us agreeing.
Not right.
We shouldn't do we should do these more often, then we're not going to agree as much.
I'll just pretend I don't agree for whatever the next thing is.
Well, it's me not agreeing with you, and it's last time out, so let's see how that goes.
Well, it was the 29th of December 2020 in the Premier League, not the good season in the Premier League. Yeah, this is, of course, at Burnley. We were edged out by the home side. A narrow victory, a 1-0 win for Burnley. We were bottom. Then Captain Ben Mee, the left footer's first half header from a corner. It was enough to separate the two, what was then lowest scoring sides in the top flight. We had the bulk of the shots. We had far more possession. We were the better side, but we couldn't beat Nick Pope. 7 of our 11 who started that day are still at the club, Nick.
Wow. So go on then.
Well, if you were going to ask me that one, I would say you would instantly like to have one guess, I'm sure, at a player from maybe the back line.
It would have to be Mr. John Egan, surely.
Yep. So you've got Basham, Egan, and Robinson, your back three. Then you've got Baldock, Osborne, and Stevens, who played just ahead. And you've got Ryan Brewster to complete the 7. The players that we don't still have: Ramsdale, Ampadu, McGoldrick, and Mousset.
No Norwood in there. That's a shock.
Well, while there was experimenting, Norwood was on the bench. He did get brought on. Fleck also came on. And the speedster himself, Ollie Burke, replaced Mousset. At least Mousset has now scored his first goal since leaving Sheffield United for his new side. You might have seen that. I did actually put that online. It was a nice finish as well. It's not gone well for him in Germany. He's gone out on loan in France.
I want him to do well. I really want to. And it was a great finish. And we know that Mousset can finish when he is on form. He's just not been on form that much for quite a while, really. But I'm a big fan of Lys Mousset. Now let's talk about team news and the predicted team. Now, Hal, Hecky's not really helped us out. And I've already said this to you. Hecky did an interview, a presser that lasted 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And if you watch these on a regular basis, you will know that they are usually around at least 6 minutes, if not 7, 8, 9. It could be 12, 15 sometimes, because normally he gets asked the same questions over and over again. You can see him getting more and more annoyed as it goes along, but not this time. No team news was asked of him at all. So I'm assuming either Hecky said don't ask me any questions. I don't want to tell you any lies. Or it's just as it was, and Hecky's answer was a little bit boring, so they've cut it out. The only thing that we can really look at and think that might change, I'll pop it up on screen right now, is Max Lowe at left wing back. However, Hal put this up on Twitter from my kind of perspective, and I went for Lowe, and actually I might have changed my mind, to be honest, because if Max Lowe is fit, I might still go Bulldog on that left-hand side for his defensive qualities, because we all know that Max Lowe is much better at going forward than he is at defending, but then that puts Bogle at right wing back. So I don't know, really. As long as George Baldock is playing in this game, then we've got that defensive solidity at fullback. But this is what I'm going to go for. I think Ollie McBurney will come in for Billy Sharp. I'm not sure why McBurney wasn't starting from the off, because when he came on, he looked absolutely fine. It must be him being rested for this Burnley game. But actually, I was speaking to a few people and thought, I'd rather win the Wigan game, to be honest. Make sure we get 3 points in this game with Borough playing Burnley, and now we know that Borough didn't beat Burnley. Borough actually lost to Burnley. So I think this is a bit of a free hit, because we are in such a good position right now. If you'd asked me this about 4 or 5 games ago, I'd have said we need to get something from this game. And I want us to get something from this game. But if we don't, we're still in fine position, aren't we, Al?
We are in fine fettle.
I was going to say that, then I thought, is that the right word to use?
Yeah, I mean, we can't actually achieve promotion on the day of the FA Cup semi, which would be a bit of a party day if that could happen. But we could achieve promotion before that. It's very unlikely. Ourselves, Luton and Borough actually have 3 games to play before that FA Cup semi. We are going to be absolutely exhausted by the time we face Man City. We just need to gain 2 points on Luton and 1 point on Borough in those 3, if you get the math. 2 more than, 1 point more than. Also, this is an interesting one. Aaron's saying, those Hecky interviews, are we really seeing the whole thing, or are they edited by the team? They are massively edited by the team. I work in the media, and when we were in the Premier League, I used to get every team's press conferences sent before they were released. There was an embargo on them. I'd had to wait until the embargo was lifted, and then I could share what was said. The whole thing you get for every single Premier League side can sometimes be 20 to 40 minutes, and they just choose the juicy bits.
I'm assuming that's because they're being asked questions by lots and lots of different reporters, and we always see them from the same reporter. I've forgotten the guy's name who does it, but we always see the one on YouTube from the same guy asking the questions. So I'm assuming questions are flying in from all different angles. But at the moment, really, I don't think there's much that Hecky can say. All he did was talk about Burnley and how good Burnley have been, and we know how good Burnley's been.
They've been really good, and let's talk about them. A slight dampener on their near-perfect evening at the Riverside. Nathan Teller appeared to pick up a bit of a knock. He was replaced by the, you might have seen, hip-thrusting Michael Obafemi. He was the one on that bus when they were having their celebrations, who was just gyrating. I'm not quite sure what he was doing, but anyway, he might be starting.
It was fantastic. It was great. It was so it was hilarious. It was fantastic. I never want to see it ever again, but I've also watched it probably 10, 12 times already. It's just hilarious.
What's wrong with you, man? I didn't want to watch it once.
I just thought it was funny. Okay, especially when they stopped the music just as he was starting to hip thrust. That was funny.
What? Let's move to the next thing. So he's a Southampton loanee anyway, could be involved. Now, as a result, Darko, and I'm going to hopefully get this right, Kurlinov should be the Claret's only absentee, struggling with a leg problem. Vincent Kompany, unlikely, I think, to make too many changes. But of course, we have absolutely no idea. And this is really hard. I have asked Burnley fans on social media to help me out with this. None of them have got back to me, which is pretty rare. Normally, opposition fans do help out. Vincent Kompany, if he has done his presser, it's not up on Burnley's YouTube channel. Instead, they're just spelling Premier League incorrectly. Genuinely, they have spelled Premier League incorrectly on their promotion video. They should be expelled just for that. So I don't really know. Normally, I'm able to do more. But for this contest on Monday, maybe it's going to be Muric in goal, Roberts, Bayer, Al Dakhil, and Matson, who's very good, the Chelsea loanee at the back. Cullen, possibly Brownhill. Some Burnley fans I saw on their forum have said he's out. I don't know. Maybe Teller, Goodmunson, Zarori. Also, some Burnley fans have said on the forum that he might be injured, and possibly they might go for the physicality of Ashley Barnes. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. Yeah, they've got such a fantastic squad. Just going through there, we know a lot of them. And when we've done these previews, a lot of the players that you go through, I'm like, yeah, I know one or two of them. So I don't know whether that says more about my championship knowledge, but hopefully I won't need that championship knowledge next season, and I'll need to be talking about Mo Salah missing penalties and stuff like that.
I was saying, right, I was watching Man United Everton with some friends yesterday at a barbecue, and we were talking about how like my knowledge of the Premier League is really bad for the last 2 years. I haven't really been following it. And they were like, what about when you played Tottenham? I was like, listen, there was a fella playing in that game for Tottenham called Pedro Porro, who I have never heard of in my entire life. And you wouldn't get that. If we were in the Premier League, I'd be back to how I was, like I am now with the Championship. I'm better with it.
But we don't stay in these leagues for long enough at the moment, as people keep saying to me that aren't Sheffield United fans, you're just a yo-yo club. And actually, every time I say that, I'm like, I hope we're a bit of a yo-yo club, because what we seem to do is go down and then don't go back up for ages. So it's nice to see us go back up within kind of 2 seasons. Hopefully, we're in a great position. I did see somebody in the comments after your match reaction saying, be more positive, we're going up, or something like that. And it's like, we just can't say these things live because they will get clipped and we will get embarrassed.
Yeah. He told me to grow a backbone. Look, I've been doing this long enough now. All right, I know what I actually think, but I also don't want to be clipped and made to look like an idiot. All right, you got to know what you're playing. Now, Opposition View was created by Roy's View from. I love Roy. Isn't he lovely with his little face? Go to roysviewfrom.com and you can see what he collates for us by going onto these forums of opposition teams that we're about to play and shares what the majority are thinking. I've chosen 4. Here's one. Well, Friday was incredible, like the whole season. However, there is still business to attend to. Like Vincent Kompany, I want revenge on Sheffield United. Ray Wenge.
It's fair. If we'd have been in their situation and we're the only, or the team that we're playing is the only team that have done a number on us, and we did do a number on them, especially as they were 2-1 up at half time, 4 goals in the second half. Nobody's done that to them this season. I haven't done any research on that, but I am almost positive that no one's got anywhere near scoring 4 goals in the second half against them. And it wasn't just 4 goals. It was mostly from corners and throw-ins and stuff that we absolutely battered him.
Since Jackie Longthrows stopped doing the long throws, we look more compact. We look tighter because teams figured out if you defend that, particularly near post, you can hit us on the break. And it's then got a defender who's completely out of it in Jack Robinson, depending on where he's taking it from. And the amount of times we actually scored from a Jack Robinson throw, is it worth
I think it might be like 1.
Yeah, I'm okay if he doesn't do it anymore.
Yeah, I think McBurney scored a header. Okay, was it Borough? I think it might have been Borough. I think that's the only goal that we've scored from a Jack Robinson throw, or directly from a throw anyway, because they're not long enough and they're not direct enough like the old Rory Delap throw to get anything from it unless you've got someone at the front post flicking them on. And we don't seem to do that. So you're right. It's good. It's good that we don't do it anymore.
No teams put 4 past Burnley in the second half, and we've only scored 1 from Jack Robinson's throws. That is Nick stats. I think there will be changes Monday. The team from Friday night are probably still out. We know all about that. Here's another comment. We are far better side than Sheffield United. The idea is to score more goals than them rather than revert to some form of Pulis ball. That's in relation to a lot of Burnley fans talking about to counter us, they've got to go physical. Hopefully, this is a final comment from a Burnley fan. It'll not be played like an end-of-season game, considering we can't be caught by Sheffield United and they are guaranteed to get promoted. Hopefully, they'll have one eye on their game at Wembley. There's quite a lot wrong with that sentence.
They can't be caught by us.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of maths, then that is just wrong. We are not guaranteed to be promoted. And, of course, Burnley could lose every game for the rest of the season. We could win all of ours. And it would be a very interesting
Do we still get 3 points for a win? Is that right?
Well, I mean, maybe this guy's really old and he's going back to the old 2 points for a win.
But we might still overtake him with 2 points for the win. Who knows?
We might. And if you get 2 points a game on average, you usually get promotion. Now, the referee, I'm really not sure about this. You ready? The referee, possibly, for Burnley versus Sheffield United on Monday is Michael Salisbury.
Why possibly?
Because he's from Lancashire. He's from Preston. He was on VAR duty and behind some interesting decisions in the Tottenham-Brighton game yesterday. And it wouldn't surprise me if he was replaced for this one for a number of reasons. I think he might, I'm not going to say get punished for his performance with VAR, but that Tottenham-Brighton game, the decisions there were strange. I think it was incompetence. I think he just got them wrong. But he might be replaced. It's very interesting. I've never seen this before. If you go on the EFL website, it now says Burnley Sheffield United referee TBC.
And that's changed. That's definitely changed.
I don't know. I only looked at it today. So I don't know if it said something different yesterday. But let's see. Where I usually get all this information from, which isn't the EFL site, it's never been wrong. And I've got it from the same place. So, ... But if he is the referee for this one, he's taken charge of 25 games this season, giving 90 yellows. Woof. 3 reds, 4 pens. That's par for the course. He was in charge of our 3-1 win at home against Stoke in January.
Yes, and Stoke like to score 3 goals a game these days, so it was nice that we scored 3 past them when they were not as good. Now let's talk about score predicciones, your favourite thing to talk about. As someone said, I didn't do the score predictions last night. Ollie did it on his own, and someone says, why don't you draft Hal in for it? And it's like, Hal said to me before we started doing the score predictions, I never want to do a score predictions video. So that's why I've never done that.
I mean, I love what you do with Ollie. I just don't like doing score predictions.
Yeah, no, I know you don't. But I'll pop up on screen. First of all, the thumbnail. This is it. So if you want to go back and watch it, it's obviously got Burnley celebrating on the front because
and that's Alan Cork's lad, isn't it?
It is Alan Cork's lad. That's the reason why I put it on there, not just because the company was celebrating. I will pop up on screen once Hal takes off comments. Mine and Ollie's. There we go. Mine and Ollie's score prediction. So I've gone for a 0-0. Ollie's gone for a 2-1 Burnley win. So obviously Ollie doesn't have any sort of expectation from the Blades in this game, which is punishable by, I was going to say something else, but punishable by removal from the channel, I think.
No, he's quite helpful, particularly as I'm about to be travelling for several weeks. Right,
we'll let him stay.
Don't do that.
What are you going for, Hal?
Right, I'm on the same fence as Nick. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be 1-1. The Blades are winless in 6 visits to Turf Moor, losing 5. It's been ages since we won there. A 2-1 win in April 2008. You know what I'm going to say? I was there.
Of course, yes.
We haven't done these for so long that, I just don't remember if you remember words.
No. I don't normally remember words. But it was good that you told us yet again that you were there. Because if you didn't tell us you were there, we would just assume that you were there because you say it every time.
I once drove from Scotland on a Tuesday night to Burnley when I was working in the Highlands because I was doing a breakfast show on radio. And so I was able to leave at 10 a.m. And I got there just before the game started, spoke to Neil Warnock beforehand. We won. Then I drove all the way back. It took me so long. I think I got about 3 hours sleep. Worth it. Absolutely worth it. And that's what I used to do, before I had, a wife and a proper job.
Yes. If we're talking about Burnley visits, the one that sticks in my mind is Lee Baxtergate. Were you there for that one?
Yeah, I actually wrote an article about that for Den Blades as well.
Unbelievable. And talking about Den Blades, after the game, me and Den Blades David went to Indigo Bar. Of course we did, because that is our pre-match bar and actually post-match bar, because that's where we went after the game and drank quite a few shandies. And we had an absolutely fantastic time. So, big fans, big fan of Den Blades and Den Blades David.
Yeah, he's a really, really top guy. Right, let's do player connections.
Excellent. Here we go. There we go. any of those a player connection for this game? No, I don't believe so. So I want to throw up, first of all, I know you've got a few.
Well, I'll leave you to it then.
I just wanted to throw up. You can do your bit in a second.
Stop saying you want to throw up.
There's been a lot of fullbacks that's played for both teams. I've written down Daniel Lafferty, Matty Lowton, Phil Bardsley, and David Unsworth. There must be more. I'm absolutely positive of it. But straight away, those four were the first four that came to mind, and all fullbacks.
Yeah. And of course, Unsworth, who I hate saying, also played for Wigan, which we played in our previous match. I don't know how.
I don't remember him playing for Wigan, so let's move on.
I'll give you another fullback, Stephen Jordan.
Oh, yeah, Stephen Jordan, big fan of his work.
Another fullback, John Harley.
John Harley, there we go. I knew there'd be more.
You can pop yours in the comments. Gareth Taylor, Adi Akinbaye for strikers, and my wife's favourite ever Sheffield United player, Glenn Little, because he was nice to her at the Copthorne.
I thought it's just because she liked little guys.
Oh, there he is.
He's back. No, I love Glenn Little as well. Lovely, lovely little player. He wasn't little, but he was a lovely little player.
Very tall. And I'd like to reiterate again, I am of perfect average height. In fact, I'm slightly taller than average height.
Yeah, as Travelling Blade said, when you've got your high heels on. Anyway, I think we're done. I've got enough jokes in there about your height.
We're going to be chatting off air, that's for sure.
I've got more than enough jokes in. Let's leave it there. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us in the comments of the live. If you want to leave us a comment after the video too, we would very much appreciate it. Let us know your play connections. Let us know what you think the score is going to be. And we will see you tomorrow night, me in particular, for a match reaction.